Our second fingerboard code involves a way of moving around the circle of fifths in an anti-clockwise direction at the rate of 3 notes at a time. So whereas our fingerboard code number 1 moved in pairs, C to F, B flat to E flat, A flat to D flat, and so on, what we're going to do with our second fingerboard code is locate a C, F and B flat all at the 1 fret position before moving on to the next set of 3 notes, E flat, A flat and D flat, and we want to also find 1 fret where we can play E flat, A flat and D flat. So let's begin. I'm going to use the same starting point as I did with the first fingerboard code. That's beginning with the note C at the 8th fret on string 6. Now I'm wanting to move from C to F and then to B flat. Directly underneath C on string 5 is the note F. Now we already know this from our first fingerboard code. What's going to happen with our second fingerboard code is we're going to incorporate the 4th string. So now if I continue down to the next string, string 4, and we're still at the 8th fret, I'll now be able to find the note B flat. So there's our first 3 notes in our anti-clockwise movement of the circle of fifths. C, F, B flat, all at the 8th fret. C on string 6, F on string 5 and B flat on string 4. And now I want to move on and find the next 3 notes, E flat, A flat and D flat. I want to find these 3 notes all at the 1 fret position. So now this is where our fingerboard code comes in. And our fingerboard code number 2, when we're using free strings, is to move up, and that means closer to the body of the guitar or closer to you, up 3 frets. I'm using free strings, so the code's easy to remember. Free strings move up 3 frets. And now my new starting point will be E flat on string 6 at the 11th fret. 1 fret, 2 fret, 3 frets. Directly under E flat, we have the note A flat. That's the next note I was after. Under A flat, we find the note D flat. And that completes our second movement around the circle of fifths at the rate of 3 notes at a time. E flat, string 6 at the 11th fret, A flat, string 5 at the 11th fret, and D flat, string 4 at the 11th fret. Moving on to our next set of 3 notes, I'm looking for a way of finding F sharp, B and E all at the 1 fret on the guitar. I'm going to use the same fingerboard code up 3 frets to find my new starting point. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'll find an F sharp at the 14th fret on the guitar. Now, not everybody will have an electric guitar or a cutaway, so I'm going to use the F sharp an octave lower. But if you're playing electric guitar, you could play the F sharp at the 14th fret. I'm going to play it at the 2nd fret, but it's going to be the exact same note. So my new starting point for me, just using a 12 fret template, I'm going to have F sharp at the 2nd fret. Directly underneath F sharp, I'll find the note B on string 5, and then under B we'll find the note E. And now we want to find a way of locating A, D and G at the 1 fret position on the guitar. So again, I use the fingerboard code number 2. up 3 frets to find my new starting point. So from F sharp, 1, 2, 3, my new starting point is string 6 at the 5th fret, and that's the note A. Now by now you know what's going to happen. If I go to the string underneath, I'll have the note D, string 5 at the 5th fret. Directly under D, I'll be able to automatically locate the note G, which is the last note I need in my travels around the circle of fifths. So we have A, directly underneath A is D, and then finally it's G, and that's how we do it.